Hey everybody, we're back. Welcome. We're playing Rebirth. I have a 4 streak. I'm actually on hard mode. We're Eden, not 1 HP. 3 HP, or 0, depending on your perspective. Brother Bobby and Flush, I didn't even need to really check that one. Apparently I'm only going to talk in sentence fragments over the course of the entire video. 6B21 YRHV. Let's learn from our previous lesson. A few episodes ago, I was like, we should... oh man, that Tinted Rock's gonna blow up all of its own volition. Thank you so much. But, I was like, let's go to the, curse room right off the bat, even though we don't have any bombs. This is a bad decision. Now I'm gonna go to the curse room. We have bombs in case there's blue fires. Bombs in case of blue fires. That was, a bit of a half-assed Outcast reference. Health up. Ooh. Let's not take this pill yet, because we don't have to take this pill yet to be able to hold on to it. So, already I think we've made a pretty enormous change to this run. And you know what? This run started off fine, by the way. Don't let me frame it as if it was super difficult or anything like that. But the Tinted Rock and the HP upgrade right off the bat actually help out a ton. Mostly, though, really good rate of fire, and honestly, when you play a lot as Eden, or at least more as Eden, I think you start to realize the value of... oh my god, that was such terrible damage. You start to realize the value of some items that you may consider trash some other times. Like, for example, Brother Bobby, I never considered it really trash, but, you know, not very good. But in a situation like this, where, like, it's on the very, very first floor of the game, it's actually completely fine. There's another Tinted Rock here. It's actually, like, an appreciable help, so I appreciate it. We'll shoot all this. I do want to, you know, see if it's possible to get a bomb, because there's another... oh, all the poop's gone. So I wanted to use that pill just in case it was explosive diarrhea, and it wasn't, so we'll move on. What I'm trying to get at is that, you know, whenever you see, like, an item like Brother Bobby, Sister Maggie, or something along those lines, you always see it, like, 2 floors deep into the game, and you're like, well, this isn't going to be useful on the caves. But, as Eden, you get those items, earlier. You get them on the very first floor, and you're like, you know what? Brother Bobby is actually pretty dang useful for taking out, like hordes of enemies in the very, very early stages of the game. And Brother Bobby's not, you know, garbage to begin with. Like, it's got an appreciable purpose, but, yeah, I think I appreciate it more as a result of playing as Eden. You're like, well, you know, we have a chance for it to reach its maximum utility, right? It's like meeting someone and thinking they're very stupid, and then you go back in time and look at their report cards from, like, 4th grade, and you're like, you know, this person's actually... there was a time where this person had some potential. What happened? That's probably what you're saying about me. Alright. Curse of the Blind on Cellar 2. It's not a situation I'm very happy with. Speed is through the roof. Placenta is a nice helper. For now, at least. I like the HP. The regen, it is what it is. It could end up winning us the game, or it could end up costing us Whore of Babylon. We don't know yet, so we'll just kind of ignore that for now. And I've got to admit, Maggie's Faith this early on is, you know, in the running, I think, for the best trinket in the game. I mean that sincerely. I mean, Judas's are... oh, still call it Judas's Curved Horn. Curved Horn is definitely up there regardless of the situation. You always want more damage. Whereas Maggie's Faith, if you pick it up on, like, the Cathedral, you're going to be like, oh, good. You know, 0 HP. I guess technically 1 hit I can take on the chest from the Eternal Heart. But, yeah, Maggie's Faith early for, like, you know, 5 or 6 HP upgrades if you play your cards right is a huge get. I should be using Flush more often, but I like to save it for big rooms because, you know, I mean, I can kill these enemies fairly easily. Better to save it for big rooms if possible, I think. That might be more difficult, and honestly, we got super lucky here. We probably could have kicked the crap out of the Haunt, but not having to fight the Haunt is even better. He can stay in his little Haunt box and come out on the next run when we probably have 1 HP and have to really struggle. But for now, we have a ton of momentum, and I do, you know, I'm guilty a lot of the time thinking Isaac is a pretty momentum-based game. So if we could just get a good deal with the devil here, all is set for a potentially great run. The Halo is lovely, and we will take both. We have the Spirit Hearts to back it up. First one is Lord of the Pit. Second one is Dead Cat. So we took them in the right order, weirdly enough. And we basically paid 2 HP for 9 lives plus the ability to fly. 2 HP for Lord of the Pit is kind of an expensive deal, but considering we got a rebate after we picked up 9 lives, I'm extremely happy with the way this went down. So the Halo, admittedly, is not the world's greatest. We might as well shoot this now, I guess. I don't know if these poops can actually drop money, but we might as well check. Well, they can drop red hearts, so there is that. We would assume that they can drop money, and there we go. The Halo is not... Oh, that's so good, too. Skinny Odd Mushroom, for an increased rate of fire, is really going to help our DPS. But, what I was going to say is the Halo, if I could finish my sentence here, please, is not that big of a DPS upgrade. But, you know, you'd rather have it than not have it. And the fact that it gives you all stats, including HP, is very important. Or it makes it very valuable, I should say. And then it's a really nice combination item with Skinny Odd Mushroom because of the fact that, you know, even though we didn't get a huge DPS upgrade, Skinny Odd Mushroom then carries a nice DPS upgrade on top of it. And with the two of them combined, we're doing a lot more damage than we otherwise would be. Let's not forget as well, man, we are making great time now. Let's not forget as well that we... Don't talk to me about that. I'm slumping, but I'm starting to pick it up. I don't want to dwell on the past there. We have a Guppy item. So 2 more Guppy items turns us into Guppy, and that's a win, you know, in and of itself right there. Probably should not have come into this room yet, just in case we did get some blue fires. We wouldn't have been able to do anything with them, but I'm kind of guilty of, like, the Mario Andretti fallacy, which is something that I've just made up right here. I'm gonna have to talk to the Andrettis and see if they'll let me use that name, but no, not the Agassiz, that's tennis. I'm talking about auto racing. And that's, the faster your speed is, the faster you feel like you need to go. Like, for some reason, I'm like, my speed is high, I should be rushing. Now that I've noticed it, we can counter it. I should just sit back a little bit. Say, who cares, you know? Just because we're fast doesn't mean we have to go fast. You know, Usain Bolt, when he was in school, he wasn't, you know, finishing his math test super quickly. Oh, yeah. Just because he's a fast runner. How fitting that after having the conversation about which trinket is better, we got perhaps the only trinket that I think could, you know, take over for Maggie's faith in this situation. So, I will take Curved Horn. We're basically trading a lot of potential HP in the future for Curved Horn, which is like a +2 damage upgrade. And it's a testament to Curved Horn that even after, like, laying out the math like that, I'm like, yeah, that's a good deal. There are situations in which, you know, we probably wouldn't want to do it if we already had so much damage that it didn't matter. Why bother? But in this situation, I think it helps a lot, so I'm going to do so. And we're going to reroll our whole run anyway, so just give me a moment here. I want to, like, get Flush ready. We are going to do this. It won't reroll Curved Horn. And then we'll use Flush, because we might as well. And then we'll go reroll Flush. I think with the one room does reroll it, which is why I'm leaving Book of Shadows in the other room, because I'd rather have that item. It did reroll it. Rerolled it into nothing. We've got incredibly slow rate of fire, money equals power, attack fly, big fan, ball of tar. I can't stress how slow my shots are. They better do a lot of damage, or we're in a bit of a weird position here. Counterfeit penny. You know, worth it in many ways, but maybe not in this one. As much as I love Book of Shadows, I think because our damage might be, like, fucked, basically, pardon my French, we probably do want to take Red Candle if we can afford it before the floor is over. If we can't, we can't, but I would like to. Our damage is surprisingly bad, considering how bad our fire rate is. So, I'm not very pleased about this right now. I'm just going to pick this up temporarily. And I think Red Candle is going to be pretty essential here. Wow, 1 cent short of being able to make the dream happen here. Well, we have Book of Shadows. And Book of Shadows is going to be very useful in this situation right here. We'll get Attack Fly doing damage. I think Attack Fly does more damage than the big fan, so... Seemed like a smart call there. Wish I could have gotten him to blow up the Tinted Rock, but so be it. And we get another Orbital, which is actually very helpful with our really low damage right now, but obviously I'd just rather not be in the situation to begin with. So, we're looking for a bomb, we're looking for a single penny. And this is a surprisingly terrible reroll. I'm really disappointed with the way that it turned out. We were in such a good position. I know we have money equals power, but really, like, it's the fire rate and the shot speed that are just bumming me the heck out right now. Thank you to Curved Horn for at least making sure that we don't have... Well, this is what we're stuck with for now, so we're going to roll with it. At least making sure that we don't have shit rate of fire and shit damage. Curved Horn is helping us out there. And our orbitals make Book of Shadows a much better item. No question about it. Did I do our curse room? There's hearts on the ground, so I feel like I must have. We do have 10 lives now. I wonder if one of our lives is Dark Judas. No, it's the Ankh. Ah, Eve's Mascara is the culprit. I can see it on our item list. So Eve's Mascara is doubling our damage, which is a scary thought because our damage is not that good. But having our rate of fire, so I'm not really thrilled about the outcome there. But that's all right. That's why I re-roll the run, so we can put ourselves in these uncomfortable situations and then, you know, work through them. My hope here is obviously that one of these poops contains a penny. And it freaking does. I am going to get rid of Book of Shadows for Red Candle. Book of Shadows could be amazing for us on this run. You know, no questions asked there. But Red Candle really mitigates the damage concerns that I have, so I think this is just your smart, like, hedge your bets choice here, and we'll move on. Curse of the Maze, 3 keys is awesome. Red Candle means we're not as fucked on damage as we appeared to be. And I think, although this is always a bit of a crapshoot when it comes to, you know, runs that are re-rolled, but I think we have a really good chance of getting a deal with the devil on this floor. Pardon me, a little congested over here. Anyway. Let's just stay slightly back. We did lower... Oh, that's so good. We did lower our damage because of the fact that I basically traded away 0.6 damage on my tiers for Red Candle because we have money equals power. And I would do it again in a heartbeat, but that does mean that our tiers are worse than they used to be. And Red Candle is not really capable of taking out every enemy on a room, you know, right away, so we gotta be careful about stuff like that. That was terrible damage on my part, obviously. I'm playing a little sloppy here, but let's not squander it. I'm going to... I use the Joker right away, and I want to explain my reasoning here, because people usually are like, save the Joker until a situation in which you don't have a deal with the devil, and we may well have had a deal with the devil on this floor naturally. Lump of coal, lump of coal, lump of coal. Lump of coal. Please, lump of coal. I beg you, lump of coal. Ah, that's not what I'm looking for. My thinking is that may be the right way to handle it. I mean that sincerely. Like, the way that you're talking about it might be the right way to handle it, no question. However, I want to have the opportunity to use the health upgrade after taking a deal with the devil that cost me all of my HP. Like, if we had another one heart, 2 heart deal, I would like to be able to take both of those and then health up and get one of the HP back as a rebate. So, it's a bit of a... It's a judgment call, I'll admit. You know, not everybody's going to agree that it's the right way to tackle things. And deals with the devil are extremely valuable, so I'm glad that there's going to be discussion over it. Now we have 2 health upgrades, so we'll definitely take one. And that's great, even though it kind of compromises what I was talking about earlier. But, yeah, I think this is probably the... It might not be the right way to handle it, but it's the way that I'm going to handle it. And, you know, it's not like a objective decision is going to be correct here. We might end up in a situation where both of them are correct, or neither. You know, maybe we weren't going to get a deal with the devil here, so we were going to end up having to use it anyway. I will say the Husk is a great fight for us, and if there is a benevolent god in the universe, a tiers upgrade would show up right here and just change my life. You could change my life right now. There's a speed upgrade. Oh, give me a health up. Gave me telepills. Thank you for not giving me an error room at least, so I didn't lose my existing health upgrade. But I'll admit, you know, I don't dislike having another speed upgrade in the form of caffeine pill, but it's not really like the #1 thing on my to-do list right now. Let's try this. Already been to item room, already seen shop. Yarrow rune means that we will have to use the health upgrade here. And I'll lose my spirit heart, I don't care. You know, we gotta check out these curse rooms. We're fairly close to becoming Guppy. And we got a luck upgrade and yet another HP upgrade. Oh, Curse of the Maze messing with me a little bit. Oh, we took red heart damage, but it doesn't matter because we already have tackled everything else to tackle. The only thing I'm concerned about now is actually, like, just straight up dying on this floor. So let's try to avoid that. We can't get to that because we lost our ability to fly in the reroll. I'm feeling good. Even though we've taken more damage than we should here, I'm feeling sharp. And I'm feeling like we got a great chance to actually ball out of control on this run. Obviously, we're not quite there yet. And we're kind of on the razor's edge. Like, this could be a ball out of control or get balled out of control. That doesn't really make any sense there. I'm going to blow this up. I don't think I can get to all those bombs with one bomb. I think that was only in vanilla because of that glitch. with, like, the Mr. Mega bombs where you walked into and walk out of a room. More bombs? 2 bombs does allow us to get 4 bombs now, so I'll definitely take advantage of this. We're going to use our other health upgrade. We're going to stick with Red Candle because it's absolutely essential, and then we're going to win the game, I hope. Should probably go into our shop, maybe buy a Spirit Heart, just to see if we can guarantee ourselves a deal with the devil on the next floor. But we did pick up 3 HP on this floor, which is pretty amazing. And it's all in the form of health upgrade pills, which is not what I would have expected. We might even be able to get 1 more if I'm super lucky and find the second secret room. Could be a black heart as well, which would save me some hassle. Alright, well, we'll do it this way then. Wait a minute, I've already been to our second secret room, have I not? How did I not find the second secret room with, I think it's a luck up for 3 cents. Is it a luck? I think it's a luck up. Ah! I'm not going to even risk it because I don't want to use Yera, or lose Yera. I've been to all these rooms. Where the heck is our second secret room? It must be a room that we went to before we went to the item room. So maybe this one back here. And, okay. Well, I'm assuming I could have Curse of the Maze through the relevant room as well. We gotta look for it, though. We have X-ray goggles. Not up there. Down here, then. I'm so confused. Maybe there is no second secret room on this floor? Did I re-roll X-ray goggles with the 1? I don't think I did. Did I pick up X-ray goggles in our room? I can't imagine I would have left them sitting there. But I've done things like this before, so maybe it's not an enormous surprise. Oh, there it is right there. I just didn't look. So this is yet another health upgrade. Are you a wizard? Tears up. 2 tears upgrades is huge. Pheromones. That was a great haul right there. Picked up like 4 HP on this floor. It's pretty amazing. And a Yera rune. And we fought Krampus. We paid the Krampus tax at the very least. Okay. Necropolis 1, Curse of the Blind. Curse of the Blind doesn't bother me too much because of our, newfound HP. We're pretty much going to take whatever deals with the devil we find, if we find them. And, of course, we're going to take whatever item room items we find. It's pretty rare for Curse of the Blind to fuck you on item rooms. But, obviously, we can all think of a time that it's happened to us. Usually the soy milk situation. I've definitely had Curse of the Blind soy milk before. I think I've had Curse of the Blind Isaac's Heart as well, but... that's just... Sometimes people are like, Northernlion, how did you correctly predict what item was going to show up? I kind of want to pick that up. How'd you correctly predict what item was going to show up in that, mushroom? That's incredible. You're like some kind of psychic. No, not really. Don't let me forget that Yera rune, but I really want to maximize money equals power on this floor if we can. It's really just, probability. I play 2 Isaac runs a day forever, and, eventually, a broken watch is right twice a day, right? Like, I'll be like, hey, this item's gonna be Juicy Sack, and then it's not Juicy Sack 99 times out of 100. But there is that 1% of the time, I think it's it's in human nature. I think that 1% chance means that something is never gonna happen, because the odds are so low. But, mathematically, it means there's a 1%, if you ran the simulation 100 times, you would expect to see it, pop up once, and maybe even more depending on the standard deviation, but regardless. Yeah, so, I have maybe a 1% chance or less to guess an item, but 2 runs a day over the course of 6 months. Throw in maybe a little bit of luck, and you've got a case where sometimes I might look a little smarter than I actually am, or a little bit more astute than I actually am. I said, hey, senorita, that's astute. Why don't we get together and call ourselves an institute? You don't think you can love me, but I feel you could. I don't know why I'm aping the Paul Simon impression so much. Graceland's one of my favorite albums of all time, man. We can't go into that curse room yet. I'm still holding on to this 2 of diamonds because, of course, my hope is that, maybe we get super lucky and there's an arcade on this floor. And then we play the blood bank like crazy, and we get enough money to, like, maybe 2 of diamonds ourselves up to, if we're being realistic, maybe 35, 40 cents. I've realized that we can't 2 of diamonds ourselves to 35 cents, I may not be a math wizard, sir, but I know that you can't double a number and double an integer, let's be specific here, and then have it come out as an odd number, but, Let's ignore this for now. I'm using Red Candle a lot less than I should. There's two ways to take it, I think. One is, man, our tier damage is not so bad. I'm not using Red Candle as much anymore. The other way to take it is, I'm being an idiot. I should be using Red Candle all the time. Please don't move. Please don't move. Oh, they got me. So that's our deal with the Devil Chant squandered there. And we squandered it once more just for fun. Pisces. Good enough. The knockback is annoying, but the tears up is essential. And honestly here, I feel like this is one of these runs where I'm going to be like, we have to milk the shit out of our donation machine. I'm very sorry to do this, Donation-y. It's not a good name. I'll work on the name. But I really want the damage bonus here, so I'm going to use all of my bombs to do this. And then I'm just going to double us immediately. Take us to 52 cents, which is actually incredible. And we'll go back and get our Yarrow rune. I kind of want to go into the curse room quickly just to see. It was a mistake. Enormous mistake? No, I don't think so. But it was a mistake, admittedly. Our damage is going to be a lot better now. We have a tiers upgrade, plus we just went from like... Well, we picked up 40 cents worth of bonus, which is 1.6 damage, which is almost one curved horn. So I feel like our DPS is going to be really, really well improved. Red Candle's probably still going to be like the king of the pile for us for now, but I do think that in doing so, you know, we sacrifice a little bit of our long-term future on the donation machine for a much greater chance of short-term success. Which is, you know, short-term success gets a bad rap, man. Every sports team at some point has to leverage its future if it wants to win in the present. You got to empty that prospects cupboard to pick up proven players who can, you know, work for you in the playoffs. I'm a little scared. The red heart damage, I don't really care about at this point. I would like to have that. Now I'm starting to care about it. I would like to not take damage like that in the future. Poor play. I've had a lot of people ask, Northernline, why is your play so bad lately? We know you can play better than this. I hope I... Oh my god, I have to do that room over again. I appreciate it. Honestly, I do. I don't know what to say except that, you know, slumps happen sometimes. And, I mean, I recognize it. It sounds like defeatist mindset, but I think it's actually just... It's a healthy mindset to have, is that sometimes you're not going to be as sharp, you know? We've all been in that situation where, you know, we make some mistake on, like, a school test or something like that. And then we look at it, like, 2 days later, and we're like, how the hell did we make that mistake? If you had somebody watching you at the time that you made that mistake, they would be like, hey, you're being an idiot right now, stop. And you'd be like, hey, I'm being an idiot right now, stop. But, you know, when you're in solitude, sometimes it's not always readily apparent. So, all I can really say is we're gonna, like, try to steer through it. Okay, two deal with the devils. We'll definitely take them. Rotten Baby, worth it. Razor Blade, 100% not worth it, but Rotten Baby's great. And, we got Sister Maggie as well. Not really an enormous get for us. Waste of a key, but shit happens. We're gonna be almost at full HP for the next floor. And we'll finish exploring. We did find both secret rooms, of course, because of our abilities. I can't get over there. Alright, we could buy a Spirit Heart, but I really don't expect to deal with the devil to come next floor anyway. That might be a little bit of a sloppy play in and of itself, but keep in mind, I'm losing damage every time I buy something, so I'm a little scared of that. Curse of the Lost. I'm not really scared of this. Better than Curse of the Blind, at least we know what we're getting. Like, if we'd had Curse of the Lost on the last floor, we probably would have not taken... Well, we definitely would have not taken Razor Blade. Now, anything else we didn't really have too much of a choice for, but would have saved us an HP, so, you know, Curse of the Blind did get one over on us on the last floor. We're just lucky that we've gotten so much HP that, you know, we're still at a pretty healthy amount. I would love, like, a Dark Bum pickup, though. But you gotta admit, you know, with our damage, our flies are actually pretty darn good. And they don't get affected as much by our... Actually, like, our rate of fire is decent now thanks to all the tiers upgrades we've had, but our flies, they come out at a pretty standard rate regardless of our rate of fire, so the extra flies are extremely beneficial. I don't want the lipstick. The pill for explosive diarrhea is not super necessary. Maybe could use it to get something done, but with Curse of the Lost, I'm so, you know, paranoid about dropping the Yarrow rune to pick something strategic up and then forgetting about the Yarrow rune in the future. Very lucky to not take red heart damage there. Alright, what's my ideal on this floor? On this, yeah, I mean, I guess it is on this floor. I was gonna say on this run, I almost corrected myself, but I was right the first time. I would love to fight greed and just get money. Give us a little bit of a damage bonus. I'm not worried about long-term prospects right now. This is a run where I'm like, you know, it's tough enough that I just want to make sure that I get the win. But now that our rate of fire has come up quite a lot, it's actually like a very, very... Oh, that was such bad damage. Posthumous. That guy was already dead. Now that our rate of fire has come way up, I'm like, we should win. We have a really good chance to win, even if we do end up using some of our lives here. Like, the 9 lives should come first, followed by the Ankh, I think. But that Ankh life should be enough to take us over Blue Baby if we can manage to just not use it prior to Blue Baby. That might be a big ask, though. You never know what kind of rooms you're going to run into, you know, the further down you get. Don't really want to blow up the slot machine. I mean, bombs are kind of precious right now. We don't have very many. Being able to use them to open Tinted Rocks would be very nice. Or even just blow up Blue Fires to try to get Spirit Hearts. Like in this exact situation. And it worked out. I don't really want to blow up the skulls. I feel like the Blue Fires have a much better chance to pay out. And also, you know, the other thing, you'd open skulls to get like a card, but I don't want a card. I already have what most people would probably consider the best or one of the best runes in the game. We might get a card that could work for us immediately, but if it doesn't work for us immediately, it'll probably work for us never. So, we're gonna reroll our whole run. Because that's the kind of guy I am. And we got Lord of the Flies, and we are very tiny. We got the Relic as well. I was thinking we might stick with Red Candle, but why don't we roll D100 long term? I guess we've rerolled out of the Ankh. The Ankh doesn't stick with us. Damage is pretty good. It's weird. We probably rerolled out of money equals power as well. I'm assuming we have, yes. Even though we might look like we have it right now. That'll change on the next floor, I assume. Or the next time we get something of value. Now that we don't have money equals power, why don't we... Do we know this? Health up, yeah. Why don't we, you know, go hard here. We'll never lose Lord of the Flies. As much as I like this run right now, I kind of feel like it's probably in our best interest to reroll it. But I'm not going to buy the... I'm not going to buy the battery just yet. Because it makes more sense to wait until we're going to get a charge naturally. Because this run's not bad. It's not like we need to get off it in an emergency. Whereas next run, we may want to get off it in an emergency. Or next roll, we may want to get off it in an emergency. Now, I'm not going to use the D100 forever. I'll use it until we get a run that is either hilarious or super, super overpowered. So, I'm not going to sweat it so much. Technically, we probably should reroll inside of our red candle room. But I'm not going to be too much of a stickler for it. Well, we're going to make our decision. I think I'm going to give it a try. It's like Tiny Planet's super high rate of fire, and it's actually chewing the enemies up. I think it's Strange Attractor as well. I don't think we have Soy Milk on this run. I think we just have like a really, 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 really good rate of fire. If we do have Soy Milk, we've got like some kind of damage modifiers that are, you know, making it incredible for us. Strange Attractor, I don't know why I say it like that. Strange Attractor combined with Soy Milk, maybe not Soy Milk. Oh, we got this. Okay. Combined with Tiny Planet scares the shit out of me. I gotta be honest with you on that one. Like, it's a very scary prospect for me. Because I'm gonna take damage that basically I don't have much recourse to avoid, but we're doing so much damage that it feels great as well. Now, Demon Judgment's a bit of a tricky ask here. I really don't want to fuck up our HP. As much as Demon Judgment is likely to pay out with something, you know, without a ton of HP on the ground, I don't really want to take too much of a risk on it. Oh, we have Proptosis? Or, you know what it is? It's $3 bill. So $3 bill is giving us different tier effects room to room. Maybe we do have Soy Milk. I don't think I'm going to reroll this run. I'm actually, like, super pleased with the way that it looks right now. And it's weird. Like, I don't think anyone's going to be like, hey, Northern Lion, why are you taking the easy way out on this Tiny Planet $3 bill run? Torn Photo is going to help out a ton. Let's just head down to the next floor. At this point, I'm like, you know, bang, bang, bang. Let's knock this one out. I'm feeling good, feeling confident, and I think honestly, one of the things about the earlier streak, you know, the one that I was able to get so, you know, to like triple digits on, was if I didn't feel up to playing Isaac, I was like, you know what? Let's take today off for Isaac. We'll play other stuff, and we'll come back when we're feeling good. I think in a way, it's like striking when the iron's hot. We're going to try to strike while the iron's hot, and that might be an underrated element of, like, psychology and consistency for us. Ah, that was dumb of me. This is not great, but again, our HP is still good. Even with Curse of the Unknown, we can be relatively confident that our HP is solid-ish. And I could, basically, whenever I want, I can crack open some of those rocks. Obviously, they carry an associated risk with them as well. Oh my god, Strange Attractor is making it a little tricky here. We found the boss already. It's going very, very fast. What happened to Pin? How much damage do our spiders do? I don't know. There's all sorts of unknowns happening right now. We might as well take this because we still have the Yarrow rune. Let's do it. It lives. A lot of people seem to think that it's a waste if you don't constantly use D100, but honestly, I really like... I think D100... Oh, do we have the soul? We do have the soul. I think D100 is, like, possibly, almost objectively, one of the most powerful items in the game. Because you just keep rolling until you get the item you want. If you don't get the item you want, you just keep rolling. You could re-roll yourself into human shit. Yeah, you could get, like, a really, really bad situation. But it's pretty unlikely, you know? You're re-rolling so many things at the same time that it usually comes out to be, like, at worst, maybe a little bit below average. But the thing is, in Isaac, you know, you really only need a couple of items working together, or sometimes even one item, to make a run completely game-breaking. So, you know, we're in this position right now where we got the synergies that we need, basically, to just ensure that we're totally fine. And that's all D100 right there. The average player on an average run probably would not... Like, let's assume we have soy milk, even though it might just be super high rate of fire. The average person would not pick up soy milk, followed by the average person would not pick up Tiny Planet. So you would never, you know, get this run because it requires taking, like, intermediate steps that are kind of annoying. Whereas on, you know, with D100, we just kind of lucked into it right off the bat. So I think it's one of the coolest items in the game, and also one of the best items in the game. And I mean that, like, without too much of a hint of irony. I guess we can just knock the red chest out there, but I'm happy to have this so we can immediately lose it by leaving the room. Speed down, honestly not that much of a problem for us, and we've done very well finding the boss rooms quickly here. See how Isaac stands up to the kind of damage we're putting out here. Honestly, pretty well. And the other thing about D100 is that it's a great defensive item. It doesn't get enough credit for it. If you're low on HP, you will D100 yourself into HP in all likelihood. So if this run ends up looking like shit, like we're going to die, we'll just re-roll the whole run and we'll probably get to like 6 or 7 HP from one. So, you know, there's a lot of value there. And this is what I'm talking about. Like with Strange Attractor, we can't avoid most of this damage. Some of it maybe, but most of it probably not. Okay. No. Not really. Not really. Oh my god. It's abysmal. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do is re-roll this whole run because we can. Like there's like 8 items I don't really want anymore. So let's re-roll our whole run. And we've got like 2020. It still looks like we're doing pretty strong. We got Cricket's Body, we got Taurus, we got Spider Bite. I can't really do the body here, but we got Charm Tears, we got Fear Shots. And honestly, I think that ended up being a good decision. Like obviously we lose out on that sweet run that we had before, but we re-rolled it into a run that is also pretty sweet, and I think we re-rolled it into the mulligan, because we got a ton of flies following us around here. Maybe I have, like, a chip on my shoulder about an item that I don't need to have a chip on my shoulder about. Like, I'm always talking about the D100, and even, like, Undefined. I'm talking about them as if they're, like, underappreciated items. Maybe they're actually beloved, and I just don't know enough to... Or, like, I don't follow that part of the community enough to know that, but, I hope that people respect the D100 and don't just think like, oh, that's a zany item. Like, that's not an item for me. Because it's an item for everybody if you've unlocked it, man. It's not just for fun, although it is also fun. It's extremely useful. And this is a very, very powerful run here. 2 or 3 second fight against Blue Baby. We are done. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.